amazing what you can achieve with a couple of robots. I think I might actually just lower this one a little bit. Maybe I should just check. I'm just going to check the wire. What do you reckon, Jasper? Is it gonna munch that wire? Don't see how it will. It's pretty well pegged down, isn't it? Oh well. We'll soon find out. Gonna go in a minute, Jasper. Any second now. Should go in a minute. Just got to learn to push. So you've got to learn to balance on one foot, like this, Jasper. Balance on one foot, and then give it a little push. Put these foot on the back. Show me what I just showed you. That's it. Almost. No, not like that, monkey. Yeah, that was the silly way. Push. Almost. You get there in no time, chicken. Push. Whoa. If you keep practicing that, it'll be just like the bike. Hey, and give it a push. Whoa, that's skateboarding. Is going. Excellent. See, what happens is, I don't think it charges to 100%, so when you press start, it doesn't set off straight away. What it does first is charge the battery up to full and then set off. And if that is the way it works, that's very clever. That is the noise of it cutting. It makes a little bit of noise. I'm actually very impressed with how quiet it is. We're heading off to a party. It's your best friend's party, isn't it, Jasper?
Alfie.
It's a bit noisy in here with the robot vacuum cleaner going. Might go somewhere else. Yeah, so the idea today was I was going to talk about the wonders of voice recognition. I suppose it's kind of, in a way, a little bit like a public service announcement, because up until about 9 months ago, I never really used it for anything. And then Soph said, why are you typing into your phone? Just say, okay Google, and search for whatever you want. And I tried it, and it worked brilliantly and saved me loads of time. So I did that loads and loads, and that got me thinking, if it works that well for search terms, maybe I can use it for a whole bunch of other things. I mean, for example, you've got the home speakers. I actually do use that quite often. If I just have a quick bit of maths I want to do, you know, maybe I'm trying to work out how many calories are in my bowl of cereal, so I go 0.36 times 387 and it spits the answer back at me. Also, you can dictate and use that as your sort of primary input method, at least if you're in a reasonably quiet environment on your own, and you know, you could write a book like it, I reckon. When I first looked at voice recognition was about, oh dear, probably maybe as much as 18 years ago, and it was shocking. You had to train it, and even after you trained it, it would get one word in every 4 wrong, and you'd have to speak like this, and 2 of those words would have been heard wrong anyway. So really bordering on completely useless. These days, however, you just talk and the words appear, and it even works extremely well offline, both on Android and Mac. So I've kind of been experimenting with using that to speed up my comment replying. And now we really are going to this birthday party. Wow, packing central in here.
Yeah, you need to help me because we're
Yes, I do. We will not be late. Okay, we're late.
Oh dear, what'd you say?
Party time!
Here it is! Oh!
They're such besties, it's hilarious.
You want the one that Albie's on? What did you say? Whoops! Let go back. Wait!
Very graceful, Jasper.
I'm on a motorbike.
This is the problem with Jasper, right? You put him on a horse and what does he do? He pretends he's on a motorbike. somersault? It's where you jump up in the air and you twizzle round. And where do you want to go, Jasper?
To Selman, but I can't put on my seat.
This has been an incredible birthday party, as it always is. And I'm going to go home, and I did a little voice search whilst I was here, and yeah, I need to find a way of cleaning this lens because I think it's got some dust and bits on the inside. I like your hair today.
Thanks for noticing. I had my hair cut.
I did know that. Got a good party bag there, Jazzy.
Mr. Pangran.
He's had far too many sweets out of that party bag. Coffee time, urgent coffee time. It looks like the mower managed to make it round without cutting the wire, even on the slightly lower cutting height setting, so that's good. Our lawn looks like a million times better. It's definitely doing its job, this thing. And in more outrageously, fantastically, thank goodness news, the internet is back. Oh, so now we can have a proper look at this voice activation stuff and what I tend to use it for and what I don't. Well, actually the stuff that I don't is reducing all the time because it is actually becoming really quite usable. You know, I've got a plan. I want to turn that useless bit of slope into a kind of patio with maybe a little barbecue and somewhere for deck chairs and breakfast table type thing. I think that could be quite nice. How to clean the lens of a Canon G7X Mark I.
Here are some matching videos.
It's incredibly easy. Did you also know that iOS on your MacBook Pro can basically do the same thing? Press the function key twice. How to clean the lens of a Canon G7X Mark I. And because this will work on any text field whatsoever, you could use it in Word documents or on spreadsheets or anything really. The speech recognition on this is really quite usable, comma. That's why I've been using it more and more, period. Punctuation can be a little bit of a tricky one, I find. Maybe it's my pronunciation. So it's not 100%, but you'd have to be a hell of a typist to keep up with it. And if you want to do a whole block and then edit it, say if you're writing a book or something, fantastic. Something I've been using it for, commenting on YouTube. Lots of comments, especially if I'm doing them on my phone. The thing about phones is they can be a little tricky to type. Well, I hate it. Press this little microphone thing here. And I need to make sure I know what I want to say because I can't waffle on. It's one slight problem. I just kind of figured better safe than sorry. Besides, I actually quite like that little fence. I think it looks quite good. Again, punctuation I find is a bit of a pain. You can say comma and period and stuff like that to put in punctuation, but there's probably a bit of a knack to that I haven't quite got. Still, it's going to be way quicker. Well, at least it is for me. I do not have the fastest finger in the West when it comes to typing. Voice recognition can be used offline, both on this and on iOS. The amount that voice recognition has come on in such a tiny space of time is just mind-blowing. I've been using it more and more as a way to speed up what I'm doing. I find for the most part iOS is better at picking up the punctuation marks correctly and Google is better at actually understanding what it is you want, at least when it's online. When it's offline it's a little bit more literal, I think. Like for example when I said Canon G7X Mark I don't know if the offline version of Google would have got the Mark 1 as a number as opposed to the word one, because it doesn't have access to the sort of most commonly used search terms in the same way as it does when it's online. I had a bit of a play with it quite a while ago and I'd sort of dismissed it as definitely not ready for prime time, and the progress they've made in the last just in the last couple of years, really. It's absolutely astounding. And you can sometimes miss the fact that this can actually be a really, really useful productivity tool and way to speed up what you're doing. It's the fact that these things actually work and are useful now that's so exciting, because they kind of half worked for about the last decade. But the half worked bit, it was always quicker to actually just type it. And I'm not quite sure that's the case anymore. Well, I've got a very busy day tomorrow, so I'm gonna crack on with editing this particular vlog post. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like it, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. If you do it properly, I'll give you a little treat, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, there's bribery for you, but you do have to do it properly, otherwise I won't give you a treat. Hey, and give it a push. There you go.
What is this?
It's a little sweetie.